What's up, guys? Welcome to another riveting episode of Miami All the Brothers. One Low Magma here, bringing you all your videos for maintenance on your Hondas and your F-150s and anything else that'll come in my driveway. Today we're going to do this on the floor. We're going to change the Honda CRV axle. This is the same type of process for your Honda CRV, Honda Accord, any Honda, any front wheel drive car. Get out to your driveway, do the work, watch how easy it is. I'm going to take care of it. We got a CV axle, brand new, courtesy of Amazon. Best price I could find. We're going to go ahead and get into this. Obviously, you want to start by taking off your wheel. Best thing, make sure the car's locked up. You either have your e-brake on or you put a wheel chuck in the back to make sure it doesn't slip back. Take your floor jack. First, you want to take the wheel off. Remember to loosen your lug nuts before you lift the vehicle. Loosen the lug nuts, lift the vehicle, finish taking it off, get your wheel off. All right. I'm going to break it down. Axle's already out of the car. Here is the old axle. The inner axle housing, I'm going to pull it out right now. It came apart when I brought it out, but this is going to be the easiest way to pull the axle out. You don't have to take the brakes off. Loosen your lower strut bolt on the control arm. Loosen your ball joint. Pop the entire assembly off and keep it suspended and tight out of the way, and the whole thing comes right out. The trick is to hit this thing before you loosen anything. Hit it several times, loosen your nut, and then it'll pop out. If you loosen the nut and try to get this out, it's gonna spin around, it's not gonna come out. A nice breaker bar should be able to just take it right off. Once it came loose, it came right off, that wasn't a problem. So now we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pull this out, and all I'm gonna do is take my crowbar, I'm gonna reach back in between it and the transmission. There's a nice space in between. I'm gonna pry it, and then this whole thing's gonna come out. I'm doing this all myself on the floor, so I can't take a video, but I'm gonna show it to you right here in 2 seconds. All right, just like that, there you go. One quick pop out, and the whole thing just popped right out. Basically, that's what we were dealing with. I had an inner joint, and it was making all sorts of racket. It sounded like it was about to fall apart, and it actually did when I was taking it out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna slide the new axle right back in, and everything is just the same way in reverse. We got a brand new nut on there, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm gonna feed it right in. And just like that, your axle's right back in. Put the axle back in, same way as reverse. You pop it in. All right, this is a tip for you guys. Sometimes this clip on the axle may be sticking out too far, then you get the whole axle in there and it won't go into the transmission. So when you get your new one, take it out. If it's sticking out further, like this one kind of is, take the ring off, tighten it up, put it back in nice and tight, and then it pops right back in. I've been at this on my lunch break. This has been an hour and this axle's already in. Anybody could do this. Once your axle's seated flat, you can see it's seated nice and flat up against the transmission here. I tightened up the bottom nut for the strut arm at the bottom on the lower control arm. You got to tighten up the lower nut. Tighten your ball joint back up. Put your cotter pin back in. I did start my axle. Once the axle was in here, I put this axle on there just to hold the CV axle in place. Once it's all tight, tighten down your big nut, and then put a nice little dimple on the edge of your brand new nut, so that way it's all good. I did one last tip is I did loosen the hose. I went ahead and I loosened this one nut just to give the hose a little extra movement while I moved the whole axle out of the way during the process. I didn't mention that earlier. Other than that, that's it, guys. That's it. This car's going to be back on the road. I'm going to put the wheels back on it. Thank you for another episode. Make sure to watch and subscribe. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. Throw us a comment. Let us know if we helped you out. Let us know if you got any questions. I answer all my questions. You can take a look at all our rest of our videos. We got more Honda videos coming.